Nice.
Good.
How you
Peace.
doing?
What's going on, man?
No, we're definitely on this Christmas theme. I got the green, you got the red.
Oh,
Let
no,
me
I'm
know.
just. I have a thing. I can just change the colors if I want. Yeah, like
Oh
different.
shit.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
a little remote. I can just change red. If I go like this, it should work. Oh no, it's off. Okay, yeah. So when it's on, I can go blue. Different colors and stuff. But I
nice.
like this one. But yeah, man. We're here.
Yeah, how's it going on this Friday night?
Man, unbelievable. Like I was trying to come home from work and like the subway was closed going north and south and east and west. It was like St. George was locked off, yo. I couldn't even I couldn't even go like to Kiel and get the bus the bus to go up. I had to and then what happened was is that I ended up having to get an Uber for like $53 because of high demand. And then I canceled the Uber because I saw everyone going back into the subway station. I was like, fuck that. I'm not spending no $53 on an Uber, man. So I went back and I ended up taking the train back home and whatever. But yeah, man. Other than that, the day was all right still.
Yeah, like I've been in situations too where like you're trying to get somewhere and like it's like a busy ass time, like try and get somewhere, like trying to go home after New Year's.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a fucking hell of a fucking thing to do.
Yeah, man, and I'm excited because I got a couple features for my album. I got their verses in lock basically. I just got Intel's verse just now, like 5 minutes ago.
Nice.
So I don't know if you're familiar with who Intel is, but that's the son of Yu God from
Okay,
Wu-Tang. So he's the second generation Wu.
that's
And
fire.
shout outs to him for jumping on my album again, yo. I love working with this guy. He's mad talented. And
Like yeah,
uh,
I remember meeting you back in the day, and
oh man,
like
15 years ago or something like that.
what's that?
Wasn't that like 15 years ago?
Something like
I
that.
was
Yeah,
still,
like it was like yeah, one of those early King of Dot events I was down there for.
yeah, but also I was only a beatboxer at the time. I didn't rap,
Yeah,
so like, you're seeing me in a whole different spectrum now, right?
but like
So
remember like what I took away from you, like you're definitely like a big Wu Tang fan. What has Wu Tang meant to like your um how much have they inspired you? How much you know have they meant to your?
well, I think that really it was just the whole martial arts aspect. Like it wasn't necessarily Wu-Tang. It was the martial arts and the love for Asian like culture. That I've always been a fan of animes and like martial arts movies, samurai movies and stuff. Like even before Wu-Tang, right? So when Wu-Tang
Yeah,
adapted that style to their music, I was like completely sold and my jaw dropped. You know what I mean? So like I was just like, okay, this is what I like. And then it kind of inspired me down the road, like when I got with Protection Neck Records to try and like do my own thing with the Japanese, trying to push it on the
yeah,
Japanese style of things. So this is where the whole like samurai, disguise comes into play and all that, right? So, um,
yeah.
people usually don't see my face. They usually see me with a mask on, but I can't really have a conversation with a with a mental mask on. You know what I mean? So so it's more or less for like theatrics,
Yeah.
but I mean like I love Japanese culture, even my style of writing and the way I rhyme and the way I like you heard in some of the songs I have a unique style that stands out from everybody else. And that's what makes me who I am, right?
It's almost like you know how like sometimes like people want to just like not bother before a show. Like
Mm.
like you be after the show like waiting for your set. You clearly just mask on. Like oh he doesn't want to talk right now.
It's just you know what it is. Wearing a samurai mask is the same thing as war paint, right? Like it was you. They're mainly used to strike fear into their enemies. So what I'm doing when I'm wearing that thing is more or less like the mysterious, the mystery behind it, and the just the coolness behind it, because these masks look really dope, man. Like there's different ones.
Yeah,
Like I got like three different ones. I'm gonna be collecting more, right? But
yeah.
my goal is to, like, every show I go to, I have a totally different one, but they're always samurai masks. You know what I'm saying? So I did ones for different style outfits, different types of themes, and whatever. You know what I mean? Like I even got like this bad boy, but it's too small for me. But you know what I mean? Like this is more or less like a prop for whatever. But I collect them too. They're like collector's items as well. You know.
So do different masks mean different things for you? Like
Um, Moods maybe,
yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
each mask has a different expression, right?
Right.
You got
Yeah.
ones that got like fangs, then you got ones that have no fangs, and then you got ones that got like frowns and whatever. So like it all depends on here, give me a second, I'll show you.
Yeah.
So I have one, two, or three. So I have three right now. The main one that I usually go to is the main one, this one here.
Yeah.
This is, the traditional, Mempo, and it's made out of fiberglass, so it's like really tough, right? So it's the real deal. It's
Nice.
properly put together. It's comfortable. You know what I mean? The one I had years ago was so uncomfortable, and like scratched my nose up here, and it was like so bad. Like the one I wore 6 years ago.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, and then I found this guy from Thailand, from Thailand, that makes these, and he's got like over 52 different ones, different colors, different
Yeah.
styles.
Yeah.
But I mean, like it's like it's almost $120 each time I get them. So the next one after that I used for my last music video, like to dedicate to my mom and whatever. And this one, you see the expression's completely different,
Yeah.
right? So this one, the make is completely different. So you can even compare the two, like one is smaller than the other. But Jubei, leave it alone. My cat, sorry. Yeah, so this one here is nice. This goes good with anything because it's white. It can go with any kind of color. Um, Mainly like reds, blacks. It's pretty dope. And then I have a cyberpunk one that I got from a different manufacturer, because I go on Etsy.com, right? So the Etsy website or whatever, and I find all of these like people that make masks,
Okay.
and
Okay.
I'm like, whoa, this one's badass. But I love the fact it's got like this futuristic feel to it too, right?
Yeah.
But it's not as comfortable though as these other two, right? Because again, it's made with a different like manufacturer. But yeah, those are my three masks that I have so far. But I'll be getting more eventually. And then I
Yeah.
have katanas. I have katanas too.
Notice
So
that, eh?
yeah, this one here. These are my geishas, man. Check this shit out. You see this? How the saya has,
Yeah.
geishas on the saya part, and this is
Oh, so
100% real too, eh? So I pay almost $300 for these. So these are like proper.
yeah, yeah.
But
That's fire.
I'll be actually using this on Saturday for the photo shoot. We're doing a label photo shoot on Saturday, so I'll be bringing some crazy Iron Wind outfits.
Dope,
Um,
dope.
yeah,
Yeah.
man. But I've always been. That's who I've always been. Like I used to. What happened was like 6 years ago, I put down the mask for a while, and I moved on to working as Primal Winds with a former colleague, and just trying to be something I really wasn't. You know what I mean? Like trying to adapt to something that it wasn't really me. And then like now it's time for me to come back again as Iron Wind because that's who I really am. So my next album that I'm working on right now is called Back with a Vengeance because I have so much rage and vengeance inside that I'm just gonna
Yeah,
put it on the mic. You know what I mean? So like you heard, I don't know if you heard some of the songs I sent you that we're
yeah,
probably gonna play later on, but like you can hear it. You can hear
oh, for
it
sure.
in the songs, right?
For sure.
So
I actually want to talk about you put out the song in the video Heroes. Well,
yeah.
about, so who are some of your heroes and what was everything
Well, that
this song?
like well that whole song and video is was dedicated to my mom that passed away like just before last Christmas. So that would be my number one hero,
Yeah,
right? I mean, she adopted me, took me in, and you know she didn't have to. You know what I mean? So it's like I look at it like the song was yeah it was mainly geared towards my mom. It was personal to me, but I also made it so that other people that are experiencing the same thing can also reflect when they listen to that song as well, right? So and the video is beautifully put together, like it's telling a story so you can actually see my struggling and my grief in the beginning, and then towards the end of the video the acceptance of it all, right? And like the moving on from it. And it's such a beautiful video shot by CT Media, Josh Tiller. I'm sure you know him.
for sure. Shout
Very good, yeah, very good cinematographer. And also having the Asian violinist Valerie Lowe just added to the video, right?
right.
You know,
Yeah,
she didn't actually record that in my song, but I just had her in the video as a kind of like a prop
yeah,
to make the video just be more
yeah.
nicer, you know, like, and the scenery too, right? Very nice. But yeah, I'm really happy with that video. It's something that will always be there. It's never going anywhere, you know, so my mom's memory will live on, you know what I mean?
For
So
sure.
yeah, man.
For sure. Yeah, like even back when I was doing music before, I did a song called Deadly Habits, and it was about my sister and one of my best friends. They're both composers, like some shit. And now I recently just went and visited my sister. She's 7 years clean from like all of her drug shit and all that. And man, like yeah, like those songs right there just mean so much. Like even like she was bringing it up like when I was down there, she was like, this song's probably like 10 years old now, but she was saying how much it meant to her, and I was like, like um when you really like are passionate about something, passionate about people, and you write about them, it really sticks, right? But
Well, it's like you can tell like those lyrics actually came from my heart, you know, like, and it was my way of just dealing with the grief and everything, and like um you know, and I needed to do that. And also my friend in the video has experienced similar things, so it's kind of like, you know, it was good that he was in the video too, you
yeah,
know. That's General Taz. You interviewed him
yeah,
like a
yeah,
week ago.
yeah,
Yeah, and that's like that's my good buddy, man. Like we're you know we mesh well, especially when we do songs together. So um but yeah, man, like we can relate on so many levels, you know what I mean?
yeah.
But
I actually want to talk to you about My City Records,
mhm.
in the guys I had on last week. So I had Taz, I had Governor. Like what is it like being around these guys and like um like what are your thoughts on these two guys? Like because you are part of My City Records, right?
Well, I mean, My City Records as a whole is you know it's a different direction for me, and like I'm coming from like Protect Your Neck Records,
Yeah,
like to Han Solo Records, and now from Han Solo Records to My City Records. So Protect Your Neck Records was a big label. I was the first Canadian rapper on Protect Your Neck Records at the time, and I kind of opened the gateway for other MCs in Canada to reach out to that label. I left that label because I just felt that it wasn't for me after a while. You know, I felt that my best interest wasn't their best interest. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so I moved on from that. And long story short, went to Han Solo Records when I was with Primal Winds, and then you know, shout out to Thomas and Han Solo Records for doing their thing or whatever, you know. And then I just wanted to branch out to a different demographic, right? And so I reached out to Grant, and then, you know, it all started first with marketing. Like he offered me some marketing and whatever. And then he saw my potential as an artist, and he's like, "Hey man, you know, let me sign you to the team as for an album, you know what I mean? A distribution deal, whatever." So I was like, "Sure, man, why not?" And then over time, you know, getting to know Grant and getting to know Taz and everybody else on the label, it's showing me like it's a completely different way of communication compared to Han Solo, right? And like just having like these chat groups and everything just shows like the support that everyone gives one another. You know what I mean? And for example, shows like, you know, how you know, for example, shows, everyone comes out to support even if they're not performing. You know, and because everyone gets their chance down the road. So like, say for example, I go out to a show and I don't perform, I'll get to perform on a different show, you know what I mean? But I know that the support is there, right?
Yeah.
And you know, like, and just like the roster.
Like that right there. Like I remember when I was doing shows, and I showed up to shows that like other people were on that I wasn't performing.
Mhm.
Like 95% of the time I did that, that led to me getting on another show.
Well, it makes it easier to, like, if you have to, like, for example, if you have to sell tickets for a major artist, right? For example, say, okay, a good example is we're going to be performing out in Owen's Sound, opening for Swifty McVeigh of
Okay.
D12,
Yep.
and we have to sell tickets for that, obviously. But because there's like 10 of us, it makes it so much easier. Even if we're not all performing, we're still gonna go out, have a good time and support, right? And that's the main idea. Because even if I don't perform, I performed on my last show, so I'm not even performing. I don't even care, you know what I mean? I'm going out to show love, right? And network and whatnot, you know what I mean? Because like there's gonna be peoples there that are on the bill that we know, like, you know, and also the team, right? So the team will be there. We'll have a good time, you know what I mean? It's just about getting out there, getting exposure and gaining new fans, right? And I mean, I'm not from Owen Sound, so
Right.
you know, going out there, they're gonna be like, "Oh, you're from Toronto, eh?" You know what I mean? Like, you know, the whole like 50 people, like probably like 50 to 100 people that's in Owen Sound that live there.
You
So,
know, for me, like the out of town shows, like I had a buddy James Wright, a show promoter, and like when he'd have shows and people would cancel on their spot, like he would call me and be like, "Hey, do you want to fill this?" And I'm like, "Sure." And I'd go out of town and I'd perform. The only people there I knew was the promoter and the sound guy. Like it was the three of us all went together, right?
but you know what? It's
Hold on. What I was saying there is, so like when I perform, I actually know if I was good or not because these people don't know me worth shit. So if they're gonna cheer for me, I actually did a good job. If I'm in my home city and everybody I know is around, everybody cheers, it's like, oh, whatever. It's because it's me, right? But these people in town that don't know you, if you actually got them cheering, then you're doing your shit.
Well,
Right?
it's like this. It's like this. When I went out to Colorado to do a show, I got flown out there and everything. This is when I was on Protect Your Neck and stuff. I had a guy that wanted to fly me out to Colorado. I knew nobody. And when I went up there, it was like I was a king, man. Like everyone's like, Iron win this, Iron win that. And like when I went on stage, they're like, oh, like I was like, whoa, man, the love out there was just incredible. Like, and like I find that even doing shows out of town when no one knows you or you've never been to a place before, people go crazy because they've never heard of you, right? And they're like, who's this guy? Who's this? You know what I mean? You
Those
know,
are the best.
it's happened to a couple times, like when we opened for Mad Child and stuff and Swollen Members. No one knew who, like at the time it was Primal Winds, right? But like, I'm just using that as an example. But like, whenever we went and did a show out of town, people were like, who are these guys? You know what I mean? And we would gain a little bit more exposure. So with MCR, like we want to do that, right? And like, especially with a lot of new artists that we have that are new to the label, like myself. That people know MCR, but they don't know a lot of the new artists that are signed to the label. So what Grant's trying to do is trying to push that and like give us a chance to showcase our talents so that people can see who we are and whatever, right? And shout outs to Grant for tuning in.
For sure. For sure. I also want to bring it back because like I want to know your thoughts on this. Like we were saying, selling tickets, selling tickets for shows. Like like back in the day, there were some promoters that it just they booked the very best artists around that had the best show, and it wasn't necessarily on like who could sell tickets. Like the headliner was the one, but show promoters would set up the show, so it's such a dope show. So people would want to come back and like that show. Like whenever that show promoter was doing something, people knew like, their shows were lit. And now it's so much where it's so much based on who can sell the tickets.
Yeah, and it's also because everything is so damn expensive, and it's hard for some promoters to afford everything, right? Because if you look at it like this, and say they didn't sell tickets, by the time they pay the headliner, by the time they pay the bar, by the time they pay the venue, they have nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I get it where it comes in to sell tickets, but it's kind of it's kind of a thin line. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like to sell tickets, but if I have to sell tickets, it's something that needs to be done. And it also depends who you're opening for, right? Like Swifty McVeigh is a big deal, so we're not gonna say no to selling tickets, right?
Right.
And also, I believe like once our name gets up to a certain level, we won't have to worry about that because a lot of promoters will come to us, or we can even go to these artists and say, hey, My City Records wants to bring out so and so, and if we have the pull and the fans to do it, then that's makes it easier, right?
Well, even like with that, like what I was saying about getting the local groups, the local groups that are like killing it. Let's say like somebody's coming to like a certain city, like we'll just make up a city, like and then like they have a small hip hop scene there, but like somebody's on tour. And like they don't even have any of the local guys on, but then like the second like they have like some people are so big in their city, not really big other places, because like some people can sell out a lot of tickets and not be known in other cities, like but like be known in their city like a lot. So it's like yeah, like promoters could book those people, and like it's they're gonna sell tickets regardless. But like just off the name, right?
Well, a thing too is that like in My City Records' case, like we're gonna be doing those big shows where you sell tickets to get out and get on the bill. But the more we do it, the less we're gonna have to sell, and then eventually it's gonna become a point where let's just throw MCR on the bill because you know what I mean. And at the same time, we're going to be doing our own MCR events where it's just MCR artists that whole night. So for
Yeah.
example, I have two songs. General Taz will have two songs, and everyone else, right? So like that's the plan, is to do that. And it's also kind of like when we do those kinds of shows, it's kind of like a way for us to practice for the bigger shows, you know what I'm saying? And fine tune our craft and our art, you know what I mean? Um, and then yeah, so speaking of art, do you play the songs during the interview, or do you
Not normally, no.
oh, no?
Sometimes when I put it up on YouTube, it acts weird. It acts weird, and sometimes it's like it won't upload, and then I can't
I
put
can
up.
even I can even, because I have my computer behind me, I can even bring it up here and just play it off the speaker. But um yeah, yeah, so basically that I'm actually gonna be shooting a new video for the song Razor Sharp.
Okay.
And the idea for this one is it's gonna be like one of those old like Japanese movies, like all black and
Yep.
white. And I'm gonna do like the whole Akira Kurosawa look. It's gonna be really crazy. I found this wicked location with like bridges and rivers and trees and all kind of stuff, and we're just gonna grayscale the whole thing. And then I
Yeah.
got like, I got like my bamboo hat and my, the whole get up. So it's gonna look really cool, man. I'm really excited to shoot this one because that track's crazy.
Yeah.
That track's
Definitely.
crazy.
I actually want to bring up yeah, you brought up Razor Sharp. So let's talk about Shake for the Soul.
Which one?
The Shake for Soul.
Oh, Sake for the Soul.
Okay, for the soul.
So yeah, sake is like the wine that the Japanese drink. It's like really it's kind of like, it's really strong, like wine. Sake is,
Yeah.
yeah, rice wine, right?
Okay.
So yeah, that one is, I wanted to have, because my album was so based off of like fuck you, I'm coming back, you know what I mean? Um yes, Bo, perfect. Uh, no, so what happens is like I wanted to have something that wasn't so doom and gloom, wasn't so serious, and I wanted it to still say the same message, but more like a party track, like more
Yeah.
more fun, more upbeat, more like happy and funny, and you know what I mean? So um, what I did is I wrote this drinking track and I kept it all related around Japanese types of alcohol.
Nice.
So you have like, your Tokyo Black, you got your Sapporo, you got your red rice wine, you got your sake, you got, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
because most drinking tracks you hear, it's all like Hennessy and like, like Corona and like Heineken. And so I wanted to keep it on that Japanese feel, but and the hook is so funny, but it's like it's so true. You know what I mean? Like, how does it go again? It was oh, something about like hip hop with dope sound, pour some sake in the bottle and share it with the homies. Something
Nice.
something jumping, nothing but bangers. And if you don't like it, you can fucking blow me or some shit like that. I was like, yeah, yeah, man. Um, it's definitely a really good song, and the beat is flawless. It's got
Uh,
like it fits perfectly with with the theme of the song, right? Like the beat is so perfect for what I'm talking about, and I can't wait till it releases. It's such a good song.
yeah. Also, I want to talk about Death Wish.
Uh, Death Wish was the track that I decided to create with my homie General Taz.
Yeah.
And well, the way it started was is I made this is a beat I produced. Sake for the Soul was outsourced. I
Yeah.
outsourced that beat for Death Wish. I produced that one. So the way it happened was I ended up playing the beat for Taz, and he's like, "Yo, I gotta get on that, yo," and like, and
Mhm.
I knew right away it was like it was a done deal. And then so I wrote my verse and then sent it to him, and then he just came back with some pure fire, man. So I had to write a second verse after that. So, you know. But no, like it's a really good song. Like we both mesh well on it. And it's just like, bragging rights. It's like one of those like, just bars, like, just talking about like, we're coming for your head kind of thing, you know what I mean? Like we don't play around. This is real hip hop. We don't do that mumble rap shit. You know what I mean? So just like where I say something about um what do I say? Something about like slice open your abdomen and pull your fucking guts out and shit. Like committing seppuku and shit because you're not honoring hip hop how it should be honored. You know what I'm saying? Like you're destroying the culture, so you have to commit seppuku, right? So that's basically it. But yeah, I really like that beat too. I can't wait that one's gonna drop. It's gonna be dope. We're gonna do a video for that too down the road. That'll be the video I shoot with Taz.
So, so how often do you make the beat, and how often do you get another beat? Like,
I produce a lot of damn beats, man. Like my library right now is sitting at probably close to, I would say, 300 beats that are just sitting here.
okay,
And I outsource when I feel that I don't have the inspiration. Like I wanna, like for example, this album was very special to me because it's my comeback album, right? So I wanna hit with a bang. You know what I'm saying? So I want every track to bang, 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 bang. You know what I mean? So no room for error, man. So what I did is I produced a good majority of beats, but I wanted to also outsource to other producers, and I went basically on BeatStars, man. That's like a gold mine, you know. And I went on there. Hmm?
BeatStars.
Yeah, BeatStars.com, and I got in touch with a few producers, and they like my stuff, and they're like, "Yeah, man, we'll sell you the beat for whatever." So I got the beats, and I created a masterpiece. I created masterpieces like that. Sake for the Soul. That beat is crazy. But I wouldn't have found that beat if I didn't. I bet if I produced the beat for that, it wouldn't have fit the theme as much as I wanted it to, because I wanted something I can listen to and be like, yo, I want to write this right away, and be like, yo, I want to. And some beats, it takes me a while to get inspired to write than others.
Right.
For example, the track I'm doing with Tayomo Denku of 100 Mad, that beat is crazy, but I produced it. And it was a type of beat that I produced, and I listened to it, I wrote right away. It was like just instant, just writing it right away, and I wrote that verse fast. And then other beats, like, just took a little bit longer to get that inspiration, right? I want that. Sorry, go ahead.
Did you write the hook or the verse first?
It depends on the song, but most of the time I build around the beat, right? Like, so I would look at what's in my lyrics and then kind of decide on what to call it, kind of thing, and then kind of build the song around that. In some cases, I already know in my head like what I want the song to be about. Yeah. So, for example, that Sake track, that hook just came to me, and I was like freestyling it. I was just messing around, right? And I was like, oh, da, 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 da. And I'm like, hey, this is actually dope, and it actually stuck. Now, the issue with that hook is how can I censor it if I need to get it on a radio station that doesn't have profanity? How can I take that whole line and censor that? That's a long ass line, man.
Yeah.
Because I go, if you ain't down with me, you can fucking blow me. How do you censor that? I'd be like, if y'all ain't down with me, you can beep, 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 beep. Right? So, yeah, man. Or what I might do is, if y'all ain't down with me, you can, I could do something like that maybe. But
yeah,
that's actually a good idea. Actually, that might work. See what I mean? Like how things
There
just
you
come
go.
together.
There
And
you
I
go.
wouldn't have thought of that if I wasn't talking to you.
For sure, for sure. Definitely.
Hey Tanya G, what's up? So Tanya G is gonna be doing a hook on a track that I'm doing featuring You God Son.
Yeah.
So this is her. This is gonna be a big track for her, and she's mad talented, man. Like she's a great singer. So having her as a vocalist is gonna make this album like
So how did the song come about?
it's it's basically coming about right now. We're kind of just building it as we go, right? Like I literally just got back Intel's verse, so I'm gonna put it all together and then send that to Tanya, and then she's gonna see what she could come up with to fit with what we have, and
Okay.
then it's just gonna create itself, right? So I have complete utter confidence that she'll do something dope. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
So, but yeah, this album is insane, man. Like, I mean, I got so many features I used to work with back in the day that are like killer bees and stuff. So plus I have new people I haven't worked with, like Swan from Real Wolf is on it. I got and then there's Tayomo Denku, and then I have you know and then MCR, man. I got General Taz. I got all the most of the MCR like fam. And then Lady Mafia and I are doing a track that's gonna be fire, man. Yo, like this is like you would look at her and you would be like, she doesn't rap, like, and then when she gets on the mic, dude, it's like, holy shit. You know what I mean? Like it's like she went on she did her first single and it's like mad fire and it's actually dropping real soon. I can't remember the date, but it's coming out I think sometime in September. Her first single, and it's called what are you doing, cat? My cat's acting weird. um, it's called Timeless, and I produced it. So
Okay.
this is my beat that she's using, and she killed it, man. She killed it, and I'm really excited for when that drops, and everything else. Like when I got her on this. I tried to challenge her a little bit and try to get her on this like hard like Japanese like boom bap like beat, to see if see what she can do with it. And so I'm waiting. I'm still waiting. But yeah, man. This
So you got other people on your beats. So who are some people that got beats from you and made their own songs that you're not necessarily like rapping on? Like, you
I've well, the first one I ever did that to was Intel. That's how I built my relationship with him. So the first thing I did was I produced a beat for him called Rockstar. The track's called Rockstar, and I'm the producer for that beat. So what happened was I gave him that beat to use, and then in return, he's just always been loyal to me and like, would offer me like like a discount on features that is only between him and I, right? Which I cannot disclose, but at the same time, he's mad. He shows mad love. Like I literally sent this guy money yesterday, and he delivered me the verse tonight. Like that's how fast this guy works. And I was like, holy, yeah. So just so you know, guys, Lady Mafia's song, Timeless drops on September 2nd. So make sure you tune in for that one, and I'll be on Spotify and everywhere else. So. Yeah, man. But yeah, back to So Intel was the first beat that I think I gave away. Then, so just recently now, I've been starting to provide beats for a lot of the MCR team.
Yeah.
La Familia, the song La Familia is also my production.
Okay.
So that's one beat that I provided to the team for the track. There's one that we're currently working on, called Hip Hop is Alive that I also produced, which is going to be a banger. I produce for Crossbow, I produce for Prestige, I produce for Lady Mafia, and I've also produced for Tanya G. And like everyone on the team is getting beats from me. That's what's going to happen. So, and Warzone as well. I produced for him. Warzone's actually on my album too. We did a
Awesome.
track called Yoshimitsu. So
Nice.
so yeah, um, and that's a hater track about haters. So
Okay.
you know what it is.
Nice.
But yeah,
Nice.
man, like I'm really excited to be a part of the team and to move forward with them, right?
Oh,
Bo is a good person and shows nothing but like mad love, you know, when he can like sometimes I make him pull his hair out, but at the end of the day, it's all love, man. But,
for sure. For
yeah.
sure. So, like, before we wrap this up, do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, man, like what have you been doing over the years? It's been so long. I totally like I remember like we chopped it up so long ago, man, but like we
I
just
think that was,
lost touch.
I think that was, yeah, I was coming out here for a King of Dot event. I can't remember which one, but I was going there for a King of Dot event. And then I think that was right before I even started my interviews. I think I was just, yeah, so I started my whole at EGTV after that. That was like, holy shit, that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, since then I haven't really been rapping. I put out a song maybe every 2 years. Like I'll still get inspired. I'll still write sometimes, but I haven't really put out too much music. But yeah, the interviews just really started becoming a thing, and now I'm making my own records. And
Oh,
yeah, I'm doing my thing. Yeah, been up.
that's so branding is super important, man. Like, you know, I'll show you these are my bad boys. I have shout out to Arbacore for making these. So first one I'm gonna show you is the MCR one.
Okay.
MCR Army baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I have my brand, which is the Iron Wind music,
Yeah.
right? And then, yeah, man. So branding is super important. And again, this is my thing. That's why I wear the masks and everything. It's my calling card. No one else I know wears that shit. So, you know what I mean? And I kind of like started that, you know what I mean? So like if anyone does it, I'm the first one to do it. So,
You know what? You know what you're saying earlier. Like now that I make my own shirts, I have so
mhm.
many different colors. And you're saying how the different masks for different moods. It's literally probably like I go through my closet. I'm like all the ones I have made. I'm like, well, what kind of mood? I'm like, I'll pick my mood and like today I was wearing this shirt. You know?
Yeah, yeah, like you know, like on like tomorrow's photo shoot, I'll have a red MCR shirt with a white MCR logo, and then a black MCR shirt with a black MCR, and then I got like my kimonos and stuff too. So you know what I mean? It's gonna look rad, man. And then I got like the Ronin look with the straw hat and then the
Yeah.
mask and like, and I'm actually waiting in the mail right now for a mat, not this one, but it's a bigger size one because it's too small for me. It's a bigger size mask for my music video that I'm gonna have. So it's gonna be like a Ronin and then a demon, like
Yeah.
a ninja type demon kind of character, and that's what I'm trying to do with this video. So, but yeah, another question is, would I be able to have a copy of this like, is there any way we can download this video, or is there a way we can save it
Yeah.
so I can share it with everybody?
Yeah. Well, like for all these videos, like I take it off here and I'll put it on my YouTube and
Hmm.
and I'll send you the link.
Sounds great. Okay, cool. You hear that, Bo? He's gonna send us a link so you can like push the link onto the MCR YouTube channel, and then I might want to share it onto Facebook as well and stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Like for when Instagram asks if I want to block it from that, I usually just leave it open. So like
Hmm.
so yeah, even if you want to take it right right off Instagram. Okay.
And also like it's gonna be on my Instagram channel now too, right? Like forever, or is it like if you go on my Instagram channel, you can click and watch it, or is it
You have to take it off here and put it on, but
Oh,
it'll be on mine. Yeah,
oh yeah, because you're the host, right? So
right.
if I,
Yeah,
because I'm not the host, I can't do it. Okay. And
yeah. But I'll leave it open. I'll leave it open. So then, like, you can take it like right off here.
mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. Well, you have a good night.
Yeah, man, I just want to do a shout out to everybody on the team, you know. There's so many to name, but they know who they are. You know, mad love to you for having me on here, man. It's been a long time. I'm
Sure,
glad that we could chop it up.
for sure, for
Um,
sure.
so much more is coming. So much more is coming, and I'm sure you're gonna end up interviewing a lot more artists on MCR as well as time goes on.
Sure,
Um,
for sure,
yeah,
definitely.
and you know, everyone that's tuning in, make sure you check out Heroes. Make sure you check out my music on Spotify. It's booming right now. I just re-released The Warrior Inside, remastered it and re-released it under MCR, so people can check it out. It sounds like a whole new album now because 6 years ago I didn't have the knowledge to mix and master. So um, I've gained so much knowledge over time, and now the album sounds crazy. Shout outs to Crossbow Loke for tuning in and everyone else for tuning in. And yeah, man, we'll chop it up again soon.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. Peace.
All right, peace.